Today we're going to work on building your ePortfolio site. We're going to be using Google Sites. You can access this with your Google account through the Waupaca School District, and so the first thing that we'll be doing is clicking on the Sign In button on the upper right and logging into our account. At the top of the screen there is a navigation bar. These are all the different applications that you can use within your Google account. On the top of mine, Google Sites appears. It may not show up immediately on your account. You might have to click on the More button and scroll further down to find Google Sites on your account. This is just based on how often you use it. It'll show up on the top. So if you haven't been using it, you'll want to get to this screen and you can just click on Google Sites. On this screen it'll show all the sites that you have access to within the Waupaca Schools organization. So to begin your own site, you would just need to click on the Create button. You have the option here to either use a blank template or you can browse the gallery for templates that other people have created. So what you're going to want to do is name your site. So you can click whether you want to use a blank template or if you'd rather use a template that somebody else has put together that you might find attractive. So let's click on blank template. Once you've clicked on blank template, you can click on Create and it will open your site for you. As you can see, this is a very, very plain site. It indicates that it is Waupaca School District on the top left, and it shows that there's basically just a home page at this time. Once we've established a basic website, this is our shell of a website, now it's time to create a more personalized site that reflects you. And the place we will start to do this is by clicking on the More button and Edit Site Layout. What you see pops up here are buttons to adjust the heading, to insert horizontal navigation or navigation buttons across the page, a sidebar navigation on the left side, custom footer. So what we're going to do first is we are going to add a photo to our header and create a more visually appealing site that reflects us. So to do that, you click on Header and this screen will pull up. What we need to do is decide what we want our personal art to look like. On the Waupaca School District sites, you can decide whether you want your site to reflect Waupaca School District, and that's the domain default. Since these are personal ePortfolios, we're going to deselect that and we're going to put custom logo. And then we're going to browse for the artwork we would like to use. Once we've selected our artwork, we can decide whether the alignment of the artwork is going to be centered or if it's going to be flush left. I'm going to center my artwork, and then you can decide your vertical alignment if you want it to align with the top, the middle, or the bottom. You can also decide how tall you would like your art to appear. I'm going to use default. If you don't like how your art appears, you can come to these buttons and work on building a height that's more aesthetically pleasing to you. Once you have all your selections where you would like them, you click OK, and your image will show up on your ePortfolio. You'll notice that the School District of Waupaca logo is gone and my custom artwork has appeared. For my site, I would like to have horizontal navigation, or the buttons that show up across the screen. So I'm going to click on horizontal navigation, and you can see that I have just the home button showing up. And I don't want a sidebar in my site, so I'm going to deselect sidebar. And you can see that right now our ePortfolio has just a home page. We have custom art and we have a Search Our Site button. So this is a good place to start for our portfolios. I'm going to click Close, which will close the Edit Site Layout. When we get to this phase, we now have our shell and we're going to want to start adding pages. So if you wanted to add strengths of your focus for your e-portfolio, this is where you would click to add a page to highlight each of those areas. So we'll click on New Page, and we will come to this site where we get to name our pages and decide how we configure them in our e-portfolio. So let's just say that this page is Athletic Achievement. You would type the name of the page, and then you would decide where you want your page to appear. If you put it at the top level, it's going to have an equal weight with the home button, and it'll show up in your navigation. If you put it underneath another page, it'll be a sub-page. At this point, we would like this page to be its own level at the top of the navigation chain. So we will put it at the top level. The template you want to use, we're going to use the web page template that we've already created, and then we just simply click Create, and we will create our new Athletic Achievement page. Now you'll notice that when we get back to our main navigation page, our home page, that the button for the Athletic Achievement is not showing up here. All things being what they are, sometimes Google products do have a mind of their own, and so you have to go and look and see what might be causing the problem. So in this case, I'm looking at the structure of the site, and I think that there might be a problem with the site layout. So I'm going to go back up to the More button and click, and I'm going to go to the Edit Site Layout. Since we're wondering why Athletic Achievement is not showing up on the horizontal navigation bar, we're going to click on that. It's showing us here at the top which pages we would like to show in our navigation. Athletic Achievement is not showing up here. So we're going to click Add Page, and we will get a window that will show us the possible pages that we can see. Here's Athletic Achievement, so I'm going to click on that and click OK, and then it will show up on the Configure Navigation bar. So if we select OK and give it a minute to save, you'll see that Athletic Achievement will show up. When we have our first page built, you can start adding additional pages as well. So if you need to add more pages, all you need to do is click on the New Page button. You'll get a similar window to what we had before. So you would just type perhaps Academic Leadership for one of your pages. And you would want it at the top level, as we discussed earlier. So you click Create. If it's not showing up on your bar, again, you can go to Edit Site Layout, click on the horizontal navigation bar, Add Page, and then you can add your Academic Leadership page. So you would just go through these steps for all the pages that you would like to add to your website. Now that we've started building the pages of your e-portfolio, we need to add some elements to them so we can actually highlight the work that you've been doing. In order to do this, you can click on the little pencil at the top, which will indicate that you're editing the page. So click on the pencil. And if you would like to add text to your page, you'll get a grayed out box where you can enter your text. You can adjust the way the text looks on the page by highlighting it and adjusting the point size at the top. You can adjust it to be bold, or you can adjust it to be a different color. So you have some options for design for your page. Once you have text in your document, you're going to want to have photos too. So what we need to do is go to the Insert tab and click on that. And you can see that there are many things we can add to this page. We're going to click on Image. Just like before when we adjusted our image at the top of the page, here we get to look at pictures we've already tried to upload or check for a new image. We're going to look for a new image for this picture. And here's an image that I have that has been sized down to 490 pixels by 367, which is an okay size for the website. It won't be too large. So you click on that, and you can see here that it's uploading. That's the picture that we would like to use, so we select it and click OK. As you can see, the image drops in. It's dropped in above where the text is. I would like it below, so I'm just dragging the picture below the text. And click Return at the end. So we have the text, and then we have the image. You can also click on the image to adjust it. You can adjust the size here to small, medium, or large. The size adjusts accordingly. Or you could have it the original size. Okay, we're going to have it small because we just need a very simple image here. Once we're all done, we click Save, and our changes will be saved. The last thing that I'd like to show you how to do today in this video is how to share your ePortfolio with others. I'm going back to the home page, and I'm going to click on the Share button in the top right corner. If you look at the left side of the page, there are different tools you can use to access your website. What we're going to worry about right now is just sharing and permissions, and it will give you a link here that you can copy and paste if you would like to share your link with others. Now you'll notice that it says that this link allows editing, which means that people who have this link will be allowed to come in and edit your page. This is something to consider for you if you're sharing it with friends who have a sense of humor. You may not want to allow them to edit your page. What I would suggest you do is click on wapakaschools.org, click on Change, and you can decide here how you would like your page to be viewed and accessed. Your website is set up that you can adjust your accessibility from the most lenient to the most stringent. At the top, it's public on the web. Anybody can find it, anybody can access it. It's not a secure way of guarding your information. At most, I would put this setting at anyone with the link. wapakaschools.org means the website will show up freely in everybody's list, everybody from your friends to your teachers, so that's something to consider when you use this setting. The next setting is anybody at wapakaschools.org who has the link. So if, for instance, you're doing a class project, you create your site, and you share that link with your teacher or your friends, and they're in Wapaka Schools, they can access it. Or private, which is the most secure, and only people that you explicitly give permission to can come into your site and see it. The next button here is deciding what people with access can do to your site. So they can edit it, they can view it. Unless you're working on a collaborative site with members of your class, I would keep this at view so other people are not coming in and editing your site. When you have your settings the way you would like them, you can click Save and click OK, and you can see here that the changes have been saved. So people at Wapaka Schools who have the link can view your site, and here is the link to share, and you notice it doesn't say that anybody with the link can edit it. So you have officially made your site more secure and beneficial to you in sharing your academic progress and achievements. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact Mrs. Nowicki or your teacher. Thank you. I hope this has been helpful.